ואחרי שראינו מה קורה בליגה הלאומית, זמן לחזור לליגת העל שלנו, ולהגיד המון שלום לאורח שהגיע לאולפנינו EJ Rowland. Hello, welcome to a studio. How are you?
Man, I'm good. Thanks for having me.
Israel is the 7th country you played in off-seas. How do you like living here?
Israel is one of the best places I've been, just living here. The weather's nice. I'm from California, so I feel really comfortable. I can't complain.
Now, before we start talking about basketball and whatnot, a few words about the man sitting here on my right side, your coach in the Bulgarian national team. How funny is he and how big coach?
Yeah, he's similar to my dad. He's yelling on the sidelines. It was funny when one of the first times I got to practice and he was yelling at me to shoot it like every possession. And laughing afterwards, and I was like, okay, I think I'll be okay with this guy. But we had some, we had some good times. We had some funny times. It was a good experience for me.
Successful time.
Why did you choose him? You got a lot of options.
I got Owens with him. He was drafted by Indiana, and he was surprised that I took EJ and not him. So I can tell you one thing, and I said this during the games of Jerusalem. He can play better defense. I saw him playing much better defense, okay? Pressing up the court, all offenses of opponents starting like 12 meters from the rim.
But you play zone. You show zone, you go man.
No, not with Bulgaria.
Your comments?
I don't disagree. I definitely could do better everything, you know, but that's one of the things that me and Coach been talking about. I could start us off better in defense a little bit. It's a challenge. It's one of the things that I definitely don't disagree with.
But percentage, how much you practice defense and how much you practice offense this year?
I think it varies. We play a lot more. We scrimmage a lot more than I've played recently, so which is fun for the players. I can't really break down percentage. We don't. It's a little different, but we do a little bit of both. I guess it's even. It's balanced.
We started off with a lot of smiles, but we know you had a great first round and you made it through the next stage in the Euro Cup. But what happened in the Cup game against Maccabi Haifa?
They came out, they played well. You have to give them credit. You can tell they had been preparing for us. They always played us tough from the preseason game, the first regular season game. We barely made it out, and they're just one of those teams that if you're not prepared for them, they can make it really tough on you. And they're playing really good right now. We have a lot of things going on, you know, and it's not an excuse. They did what they were supposed to do. I wish it was a different way, but we have to move forward.
We saw your stats in the Euro Cup compared to the one in the Israeli League. It seems like you're much more focused and drive at Europe. Talk to us a little bit about that.
I mean, I go off the game and what I feel is necessary, and also it's a little different with how we play in the Israeli League. You have the Russian rule. You have to play. That's one of the things that Coach Franco is going to have. It's one of the best problems, but the biggest problem.
Maccabi Haifa is not important enough?
No, Maccabi Haifa, I'm serious. We tried to play. They beat us. It wasn't like we laid down or we didn't come as prepared or we didn't come mentally thinking that it was going to be a tough game. But it's a different dynamic.
But you mentioned the Russian rule. You got a lot of advantage according to the Russian rule. You got four, at least you know what, 3 starters for national team.
Yes, but keeping that's one of the hardest problems about managing talent. Keeping everybody feeling like they're in rhythm, part of what's going on, and trying to manage playing everybody in spurts. Some teams, sometimes having a little less is more just because they know exactly what they're going to do. They know this guy's playing 35 minutes. We may have a stretch where Tony Gaffney may not get to play because Josh Duncan has to play. You may have a stretch where Yo-Yo, who is Yotam, is a very experienced player, can't play because Barr is playing well or Lior is playing well.
But you have enough time to play. Two games in a week. There shouldn't be any
Sharing
problem.
the time.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I said, it's a good problem to have. It's not anything that...
How you compare the Israeli league to the league that you played before? You know, Spanish league and the Italy league and Turkish league that you came?
I think Spanish league, Turkish league are a little more heavily European style influenced. There's so many Americans in Israel, and the style of play is more, I feel like it's more America based in regards to isolations and individual play. Turkey just changed the rules, so they don't have the Russian rule anymore. So now they can have the Americans and all that type of stuff too. But I feel like Israel is definitely fast like Spain is, but it's more, I think, individual based just because of the
What
amount of
about
Americans.
defense? The leagues, you know, because you can play defense like Coach Penny say. Tony Gaffney was MVP, defensively MVP in Germany, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Well, I mean, it's different. I've been places where the defenses are really structured and there's a lot less possessions because of the style of play. And it's easier to get exposed when it's a lot of transition, faster style of play than if some teams are slowing it down and you're playing against teams in Russia or you're playing against teams in Turkey that are grind out teams like Galatasaray, and you can really lock in your defense, you know? So it all goes against who you're playing, and you just have to adjust.
EJ, it looks like you took leadership in the team. But you know, leadership starts from locker room.
Yeah.
Not from locker room, from preparation.
Right.
Mentality.
Right.
To talk to the guys, to
Right.
know, hey, we go to play Maccabi Haifa, they press full court, we got to come ready, otherwise
Right.
they kick our ass.
Right.
Then to come to the locker room. On the floor, it looks like you control. I'm not sure you control Dante, but you control the last shot. How this going?
I mean, first off, let me say that Dante he's a large personality and he's a big character, but he's a great teammate, and you can't really. I think people don't really understand because not everybody could deal with somebody that's yelling, and they may take it the wrong way. But once you get to know him, you see that he's all about the team. He's a talented player, and people maybe can't see how unselfish he is. He's one of our leaders in assists. He plays for the team.
Also in turnovers.
But you have to accept what he's doing is for the best of the team. You know, he wants the team to win. That's all he really cares about.
So maybe you can explain the dissonance, because we watched Dante and it seems like he has control and it's very difficult to take the leadership role in Hapoel Jerusalem. But what we're hearing from the players that is magnificent in the locker room, and you're a leader by nature. How does the relationship between you two guys work?
Very good. I mean, I was familiar with Dante before I got here, and once the opportunity came to come here, I knew I was excited to play with him. I've played against him our first year out of school, my first year out of school in the D League. I've played against him when he was at Haifa and I was at Banvit. We had familiar friends, so I kind of knew what to expect. And it's not, sometimes you have expectations when you have talent, but it's something that I didn't want to shy away from. It's something that I wanted to embrace. So it's one of the things people are just like, oh, will you be able to play with Dante? Will you be able to control Dante? But I see it as how can we maximize each other to accomplish something really special.
I can count, for my short memory, 4 or 5 games that you took the last shot, the winner shot. This is something that coach told you, this is something that you practice, you walk through in practices, or this is just your feeling during the game?
Yeah, it's just my feeling during the game. I want to be in those situations. It doesn't always have to be me. Sometimes if they help and I have to make the right pass, I have to be ready to do that. I'm not scared to take the last shot. I'm not scared to miss it. I've missed many of them. I had some games this year that I wish I would have shot it differently, or I wish it would have failed. But I've been playing point guard my whole life. This is natural to me. I've been through the ups and downs of it to where I'm comfortable with the decisions I make.
Because we use last year Dante took all the shots. The last shot, create the plays.
Right.
Maybe some issues with Bracy Wright, we don't know.
Right.
But are you running practice, walk through, or again I ask, you know, special situation in practices, create a place for the last shot, because you saw all games going to buzzer beater.
Give him the ball and go to the offensive rebound.
That sounds like something Kobe Bryant would say. Go get the rebound. But like I said, it's just a feel. I think I'm not one of the guys that wanted to force myself on the team. I just wanted to earn my teammates' respect, and they respect me. They're telling me to just be aggressive and lead the team and play how I know how to play, and they've really embraced me. So that's how it goes down.
Let's get back to the Euro Cup. Next week, you start the next round in the competition. How do you estimate your chances, and how well do you know the teams you're facing?
I love our chances. I mean, I never go into a game feeling that, or any round feeling like we shouldn't be a team that's looking to advance. I'm glad we made it out the last round. Our bracket is fine. If we play well, we'll be okay.
The question is, because you feel you're strong and you feel you cannot lose the game, you can win any game, are some games in the league at least I see not from your body language, but the team body language, that you think it's going to be easy. You start easy, team takes against you 10, 12 points lead. Sometimes you can come back to the game. Sometimes you cannot.
Right.
You lost one game. When you start playing tough and hard and you tried, you couldn't.
That's one of the biggest things that coach is talking to us about. It's hard, man. These seasons are very long. You play a lot of games. It's very emotional. Of course, other games you see, they seem easier to get ready for mentally just because it's a big name team or something like that. But this is the life we chose. And so that's one of the challenges of going from a good to a great team, is being able to start hard for 15 minutes and maybe get a lead and put teams away.
able to be a big team?
I believe so. I mean, I haven't been on a lot of teams that had 10 plus players that can really play, and I feel comfortable with being on the court with them. And so, like I said, we have a very big ceiling in regards to our potential, and we're so far away from that right now. And that's the thing. You can either disappoint yourself because you don't reach it, or everyone will be happy because we accomplished something special.
Last but not least, someone whispered to me that you are a huge fashion fanatic, and that you started preparing yourself to the next stage in life. And let's talk about the brand on your T-shirt.
Well, yeah, this GER is something that me and my friends have started, and it's basically symbolizes the pursuit of all dreams and goals. Okay, people know that athletes, they have goals and they set goals, but it's relevant to everybody. Anything that you want to do, you want to get a promotion in your job, you may want to lose 20 pounds and you need to go to the gym. Whatever is a goal that you need to set for yourself.
You have the size for pinning?
Yeah, I have. I mean, my father's 6'7", 320.
I don't know. I saw modelists outside. This is extra small.
So, I mean, we have it for everybody, is what it said, this guy.
EJ Rowland, thank you very much for coming to the studio. A pleasure to have you.
Championship?
Hope so.
In Israel.
I definitely hope so.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate it.